Hello, world. Welcome to episode 168 of the Jimmy Canz Show. We're going to do a double shot retrospective here, and we're going to kick it off with Beach Blast 92. This event was on June 20th, 1992, from the Mobile Civic Center in Mobile, Alabama. Obviously, WCW event, live on pay-per-view, later released on VHS, courtesy of Turner Home Entertainment. This is a weird pay-per-view, to be honest. Not a very big card. Let's kick it off with the light heavyweight title match between Flying Brian Pillman defending against Scotty Flamingo. Decent match, despite being limited due to the top rope rule that had been instituted by new head of WCW, Bill Watts. But they did the best they could given those limitations, and in a shocker, Flamingo actually defeats Pillman to capture the title here in a little over 17 minutes. So nice match to kick off the show. Nice heater there. Next on the card, we have Ron Simmons taking on the man still trying to lock down a gimmick, Terry Taylor, who is now the Tailor-Made Man. Simmons gets the win here as the company is continuing to build up Simmons as a credible singles competitor after his run in Doom. Next up, to be honest with you, in my opinion, rather questionable booking decision. Marcus Alexander Bagwell facing the veteran Greg the Hammer Valentine. And it was a poor decision, in my opinion, as you know, you have your younger up and coming Bagwell lose to an aging Valentine. Nothing is planned for the Hammer, honestly, and this just hurts your younger talent. So I don't understand the booking on this one here. If it was just Valentine refusing to do the job, I don't know. But it was what it was. Next on the card, we had a Falls Count Anywhere on the Gulf Coast between Sting and Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack, they hired Gunn here. This was a non-title match. Jack was hired by Harley Race to soften Sting up for his upcoming Bash title match against Vader. I don't understand this one, making it Falls Count Anywhere, and it barely leaves the ringside area. They go up the ramp a little bit. They barely go into the crowd a little bit, but that was about it. And also, if you're gonna make it non-title, why not have Jack go over here to add intrigue to the upcoming title match? Make him really have soften Sting up, make some injury, something. But Sting wins the match here, so I don't understand the booking decision here. It's just weird in my opinion. Have your champion involved in a non-title match. I mean, I guess, why would Race make it a title opportunity for Jack, when Vader, already has his title opportunity locked up for the next show. So I get that, I guess, but I just don't understand non-title matchups like this on pay-per-views. Next up was another non-title match. This one involving Ricky the Dragon Steamboat facing the United States champion Ravishing Rick Rude. Obviously these two men put on a clinic for 30 minutes with Steamboat eventually getting the win here. 4 falls to 3. Steamboat goes up late, and then the closing moments of the match is just Rude frantically going for pinfall attempt after pinfall attempt after pinfall attempt, 2 count after 2 count after 2 count until the clock runs out. So, yeah. Next up, 6-man action as the team of the Natural Dustin Rhodes, Barry Windham, and the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff team up to take on the Dangerous Alliance, repped by Stunning Steve Austin, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Double A Arn Anderson. Baby faces get the win in this one. And then that leaves us to the final match of the evening for the WCW World Tag Team titles, as the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, defend against Doc and Gordy. This is kind of a rematch from the Clash. These teams met in the NWA Tag Tournament with Gordy and Williams defeating the Steiners on that night. This one, however, goes the full 30 minutes, meaning that this one is a time limit draw. So, we had four title matches, one title change, or no, excuse me, four title holders on the show. We had one title change, two non-title bouts, and a time limit draw. Like I said, this show just didn't make a lot of sense to me from a booking standpoint, which is a shame because the quality of the matches was fantastic, but the story just made zero sense whatsoever, in my opinion. And it's a crying shame too because there was so much talent on this show as well. Um, I had 17 Hall of Famers on the show. In terms of involvement, you have Grace and Valentine, Bill Watts, with his on-screen character, Steamboat, Austin, Anderson, Wyndham, Simmons, Foley, Medusa was involved in the show, Sting, Gordy, Rude, Williams, both members of the Steiners, Paul Heyman. If you add in interview segments and commentary team, there's 20 Hall of Famers on the show. And like I said, the booking and the story aspect was just so bad. So this was a tough one to kind of figure out how to rate on my 10 belt scale. I mean, it gets a bump from the overall match quality because, like I said, all the matches were pretty solid matches, but it gets a big ding for just poor booking and story work. So for that reason, I can't really give this thing anything higher than a 5 out of 10. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, it's just yeah, it's kind of that mid level because of just poor booking decisions. So, like I said, we're doing a two for here. So we'll roll right into our next retro, which is the 1992 Great American Bash. This one taking place um, from Jacksonville, Florida, at the Jacksonville Memorial Coliseum on May 17th, 1992. Obviously, WCW event again. It was broadcast live on pay-per-view and released on VHS, courtesy of Turner Home Entertainment. 6,000 or so in attendance. Action called by Jim Ross, Jesse Ventura. 9 matches on this card. So let's get into it. But this is a weird card as well. As we have 5 straight tag matches here to get to the finals of the NWA Tag Tournament. Steamboat and Koloff advanced past Liger and Pillman. Hase and Hashimoto advanced, as did Rhodes and Wyndham. Then we get the semis, where Gordy and Williams advanced in the semis, as did Rhodes and Wyndham to set up our finals. So then our only non tag tournament match on this card was the previously mentioned matchup between WCW World Champion Sting and Big Van Vader. Like I said, Race had hired Jack to try and soften Sting up leading into this. I guess it did the trick. Almost 15 minutes in this match with the Mastodon hitting a big power bomb for the 3 to capture the world title. So your winner and new world heavyweight champion, Big Van Vader. And then the show closes out with the finals for the NWA World Tag Team Championships, with Gordy and Williams facing Rhodes and Wyndham. And a little side note here, a little bit prior to this event taking place, Gordy and Williams actually had defeated the Steiners after Beach Blast. Can't remember if it was a TV taping or a house show, but they did end up capturing the WCW World Tag Team titles. So uh, Gordy and Williams are your WCW World Tag Team Champions, and they defeated Rhodes and Wyndham to also become the NWA World Tag Team Champions. So, at this point, because they are both the WCW and the NWA World Tag Team Champions, they just go ahead and call them the Unified Tag Team Champions. And they kind of are defending both titles simultaneously throughout their run. So, we had 15 Hall of Famers on this show. Race, Watts, Steamboat, Austin, Wyndham, Medusa, Sting. You had both members of the Birds, Gordy, Rude, Liger, Williams, Steiner Brothers. So, if we kick in interviews and commentary with Ventura, Ross, and Bischoff, that tacks 3 more on, so that's 18. So, again, this is solid ring work all around, but there's no variety. There was no reason to do a Clash of Champions. It was this entire tournament pretty much, and then have the entire Clash. I mean, the entire Bash, excuse me, be this tournament with the exception of the world title matchup. So, I just don't understand it. This is again a case of great ring work being negated by just bad booking. um, so on my 10 belt scale, much like the other, I'm going to give this one a 3. Actually, though, it was just too much rinse and repeat with tag match. It's just tag match, tag match, tag match, tag match, tag match, tag match. Yeah, I hate that. So it dings it a little bit more, even though the quality of the matches was great. So there you have it. That was Beach Blast and Bash, Great American Bash for 1992. And next in our classic retros, we'll discuss 1992's SummerSlam offering from the Fed. So tune into that one. We'll be discussing that here within the next few weeks. So wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Take care of one another, and I will see you all when I see you.